Hello everybody, it's Deb from Just Do Something Homestead, and today we're going to learn how to grow lettuce in an indoor hydroponic system. I started growing some indoor lettuce in one of my systems here that I have that is hydroponic, and today I'm going to show you how to start with a salad blend. This is from Baker's Creek and it is a very tiny seed. Let me show you how small these seeds are. Extremely small seeds. Now, to start in a system, you actually need to start about a day early, and that's what we're going to do today. We are going to soak the seeds. That is going to get them to sprout a little bit quicker. Now, I have 12 compartments in my grower, so I'm going to start just 12 seeds. And I started by taking out a paper towel. On here I put 10 seeds. Now this is a variety packet, so when I look at the seeds you can tell they look different, and I'm not going to pick out all the ones that are same because I want a good variety, so I'm going to go through and find different ones. I have put 10 on my paper towel. There is 11, and one more, we'll put a light seed, 12. And I have 12 seeds for the 12 compartments. I could put 13 or 14 in case some of them don't sprout, but usually I have exactly what I need. Now this paper towel, I have all the seeds on one half of it, so I'm going to fold it over and sandwich those seeds in between the paper towel, just like that, and seal it down. Now you have to have some water to get them to sprout, and that's where I am using my little sprayer, and this sprayer I have added my water in there and I pump it up, and that is just going to give me a mist. So I'm going to mist this paper towel just the teeniest little bit, just like that. Alright, now the last thing to do, I'm going to slide it into a Ziploc, and that is going to keep everything nice and wet in there, and so my seeds can sprout. I only need to keep them in here for about 24 hours, and you will see that 24 hours and they will start to grow. I've done it without sprouting them ahead of time, and it takes at least a week for them to come up. So I highly recommend putting them in a baggie that is moist with a paper towel, and you will be amazed how quickly they will grow. So I'm going to put that in there and I'll be right back. Here is my paper towel of seeds, and I'm just going to lay this down and let it grow for about 24 hours. Now the advantage, the reason I use this, at this point I do not have a greenhouse, so this has enabled me to have fresh salad greens all through the winter. The only thing it takes is you fill it with water in the bottom, you add some nutrients and minerals every once in a while once they are up, and this part raises and lowers so that wherever the light needs to be, when they are just coming up, it goes as low as you can go, but as they start to grow, you raise it up. It has been 24 hours since I put my lettuce seeds into a bag with water and a paper towel, and we're going to check on them and see if they indeed rooted. Let's take a look and see if my seeds have started to sprout. Let's see. Now this was a wet paper towel just yesterday. Oh, those seeds now have the teeniest little roots. Now, I'm not going to be able to show it to you because it is so small. I really don't think you're going to be able to see that. It's got a little root coming out of it. That's what's sticking up in the air. But they are perfect and sprouted, and we are going to put them into my hydroponic system. The hydroponic system works by using water in the base of it, and these baskets are going to hold onto, they call them your sponges. So your sponge is going to go inside the basket, and once it's in there, it is going to go down into the water. And when you put those on, right now it's not into the system. You need to push that down on there and make sure they are turned. Once you turn them, they will go down into the water. Now I have already had 10 of them soaking so that the sponge is actually wet. So let me do, that was 11. This one's number 12. You're gonna put the sponge into the basket. You're gonna put it into the system, and then you're gonna turn it so that it locks in there. Now, I highly recommend that you go and get additional sponges. This one is a pack of 100, but the system itself, they only give you 12. So each time you use it, you have to start with new sponges. So you definitely want to get additional ones. Close-up of the system that I was referring to, and it is exactly that. Let me show you the top. It is called an indoor LED hydroponic system, and these sponges soak up the water into the center. Now if you look, let's see if we can bring that. There is a hole in the center. There, we can see it. There is a hole in the center of each sponge, and we are going to drop a seed into each one of those holes, then put it in there and twist it. I'm going to put the first one in. If anything, this is the most challenging part of using the system. In fact, I'm going to take the sponge out of the basket, if I can get it. Yep. Take the sponge out of the basket. That way I can drop it right into the center. I'm sure you're not going to be able to see much of that from the camera, but I dropped it into the center hole. Now I can put this back in the basket, and I think one of the hardest things is remembering which ones you put the seeds in. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a seed in each one of these compartments. I'm going to switch that because I'm going to forget which one I filled it in. So I filled it in with the first one, and I'm going to go through and put a seed in each compartment. Whew, that was tricky. A couple times I got confused on which ones I'd already filled and which ones I hadn't. And they are so tiny you really can't tell by looking at them. All right, next thing is this hole right up here is where you pour the water, and I'm going to add water, and on the bottom you will see a gauge. You want the gauge about halfway up. As you start your plants, they do not use a lot of water when they are first seeds. We still have a little bit to go. But once they start growing leaves, they need to have water added daily. It's amazing how much water they drink at that point. All right, so that looks pretty good. And there's a little cap here that goes on there. Now we are almost done. The last thing is to put the little greenhouse tops on it, and that's what these are. Those go on top of each one. So I'm just going to go through and add them to the top. That keeps a little greenhouse, keeps it warm, and keeps the moisture in there so that our seedlings can start growing. That's basically it. We have planted 12 different lettuce seeds. This top you're going to push down so that it is right above the little seeds, just like that. And so I'm going to plug it in. On the top, you're probably not going to be able to see it, but there's a power button, and then they're going to ask you if it's fruits, vegetables, and then it has a light that comes on for the pump when the pump runs. Other than that, it does the work all by itself. You plug it in, you push power, and you push vegetable. It will circulate the water. It will keep, the light comes on when it needs to come on. It comes off when it needs to go off. So it's super, super simple. Now, the only thing, once the lettuce is up, you can start adding plant food to it. All the directions are on there. There's 2 different ones, and it grows so easily. And what I love is to have my own fresh salad blend in the winter. It is February now, and it is so good. I hope this video was helpful, encouraging, and gives you another way to grow some vegetables for your family. If you like this, please subscribe, like, and share it with other like-minded individuals. Thank you so much. Our goal here at Just Do Something Homestead is to reach as many people as we can and encourage them to start somewhere. Even if you don't have the room, this can be done completely in your house. And there are other things. I grow lettuce in it. You can grow spinach, you can grow strawberries, anything that is small. You can't do things like carrots, you can't do full-size tomatoes. There's a limit to the height, but anything that is tiny, for me, I think lettuce is perfect. So have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.